You are listening to a special edition of the Central Indiana Sports Report, our day one recap of the Class 2A Sectional 40 at Eastbrook, with Blackford and Burris getting wins on Tuesday night in the opening round. Grant Shouse called the game for the Action Sports Network and has a recap, and Michelle Garman helped me out with that interview and with our interview with Blackford head coach Aaron Daniels coming up as well. Before we get to all that, I want to tell you about my new daily podcast called Greg and His Friends Talk Sports. 20 to 30 minutes every day, my friends and I are talking about what Central Indiana sports fans are talking about, whether it's the Pacers, Fever, Colts, IU, Purdue, IndyCar, major national sports news, or obviously high school sports. My friends and I are talking about it. Please join us every day as my friends and I talk sports. Well, Grant, big win for Blackford tonight. How'd they get it done?
They came back, 13-0 run to end the game. Alexandria really had control late down the stretch. Just a tough game for Alexandria. It started off real back and forth, kind of riding the seesaw a little bit. Amari and Leggett scored 13 points in the first quarter for Blackford, I should say, and he had all 13 of their points in the first quarter, and he actually had 25 at halftime, scored his 1,000th point. Alexandria's defense shut him down in the second half pretty much, held him to just 6 second-half points, all in the fourth quarter. Mason Kitterman and Elijah Petro were the one that steps up for Blackford there in the second half. Kitterman hit a couple big threes. Alexandria got over the hump. They had the lead. They were up 5, and they had a steal and a bad pass, a bad turnover, where they could have thrown it to McAtee, who was cutting to the rim, and he didn't get to it. And that really changed the momentum. It turned it over. Blackford got the ball and then cut it to 3, and then Leggett had a huge dunk there late, and they pulled away. They hit free throws. It was all academic. Alexandria went cold there again down the stretch, and tough loss for Alexandria, but the resilience for Blackford is pretty amazing there, where they were able to pull away, and now they got that monkey off their back a little bit, and they can kind of breathe and let the game come to them on Friday against Eastbrook.
Hey, Grant, you said that was that one bad turnover. Um, did Alec did they continue to turn over? You said they missed shots. Were they good shots? Were they maybe some ill-advised shots in there?
I think it was a combination of both a little bit. There were a couple bad shots. T shot a 3 that they did not need to have at one point. Of course, you're trying to hit threes to get yourself back in the game because they're worth more than 2, and they had guys taking threes. Jackson
Wait,
Brisbane is
three's
huge.
worth more than 2?
Last time I checked, yeah.
Okay, good. All right, good. Now that we know that,
So
go on.
so they're shooting threes and just couldn't hit the shots there down the stretch, and again, it's a shame because they had the lead. Like, they led a lot of the second half there. They played a perfect game. I'll tell you what, they played about the first 29 minutes of the game incredibly well. The last 3 just couldn't have come at a worse time. Just did not play well down the stretch, and I mean, they gave up 13 unanswered to end the game.
And it doesn't get much easier for Blackford in the second round. Eastbrook, the host. Blackford beat them pretty handily the first time around, but it's seems like this might be a good one too.
I think so. Eastbrook went through a tough stretch there in January. They kind of had the January woes. They really struggled shooting the ball. They struggled to find ways to win games. Battled illness, battled injuries.
Lost to Madison-Grant.
Lost to Madison-Grant. Lost games that they should not have lost this year, especially in January. Now in February is a lot different. They got better. Blackford blew them out last time they played. I mean, I did the game. It was never a game, and I'll do the game against Friday. And I expect this one to be more of a game. They think having the bye for Eastbrook is going to help them, and I'm excited for that game. I think that's going to be a heck of a game on Friday night. I like the way Blackford just kind of played with their back against the wall. We said that Amari and Leggett is going to have to find other ways to get his teammates the ball and put the ball in the basket. And I thought back to what Coach Daniels told us last night, where there's nights where they tell Amarian he's got to go score 50. Well, Tuesday night was one of those nights. He had to try and go score 50.
All right, let's hear from Blackford head coach Aaron Daniels. All right, Coach, well, that was a really big step.
It was. We tell everybody, if you're going to make a tournament run, you got to have a game like that. You know, it was punch for punch. There was several lead changes. We had our backs against the wall. Alexandria is a fantastic basketball team, and to come out on top in a game like that, it just makes you that much stronger as a team, and you've got to have those kind of moments to make a sectional run, and we think that we've been prepared for that moment, and to come out on top was it was a great night for us. It was great for our kids. Just an awesome experience for us.
I will admit, I did not pick you guys to win the sectional, but I was the only one of us three to pick you to win, to beat the Tigers on Tuesday nights.
Coach,
I'll tell you, they had won 7 in a row coming in, and they were playing good basketball. It was a heavyweight, punch for punch tonight, and either team could have won that game, and just our poise down the stretch really helped us get a hold of that thing.
Well, one of the reasons I picked you guys is because I said you would have the best player on the court, and in Leggett, and I said I've seen really good guards be able to take over games when they need to, and he was big for you guys tonight.
Yeah, and when it comes to tournament time, everybody says, you got to have the best player on the court. And tonight, it was it. The first half, he goes for 25 of our 30. We kind of are shy with the ball other than him. And then the second half, he just continues to play well, has the huge steal in the dunk late in the game. And whenever we have him, we always have a chance, no matter who you're playing, because he is probably one of the top 2 or 3 kids, if not the top kid in all of 2A basketball. And so for him to be a sophomore, he gets his 1,000th point tonight. He's a special talent. And when he gets some help, and he got a little bit of help tonight, especially in the second half, we're hard to beat.
All right, Coach, big one with Eastbrook on Friday. Never tough. Never easy to play the host team in the sectional, and that's a good Eastbrook team.
Definitely. We expended a ton of energy tonight while they rest up, they get a little bit healthier. It's going to be a packed house on Friday night. Wapahani is going to be packed. I mean, they're going to be there. I think everybody's going to be cheering for Eastbrook except for the Blackford fans. Should be an unbelievable environment again. And that's what sectional basketball is all about. It's going to be a great task for us. We know that they're not the same, we beat them pretty good a couple weeks ago, but we shot it really well. And so it'll be interesting to see kind of what plays out in that game.
And you get a chance to prove me wrong.
Absolutely. We'll take it. Absolutely.
Coach Daniels, Thank you so much for your time as always, and we will talk to you on Friday night.
Thank you guys a ton. I appreciate you.
And Grant, Burris 50-40 over Madison-Grant, and 10 wins this year for Burris after winning, I think, 5 combined the last 2 years.
I'm just going to be honest with you. Those are 2 not very good teams. They're and probably their coaches would tell you this, they're JV level basketball teams. And again, Michelle said it last night. It was like watching the varsity and then watching the JV in reverse tonight. The Burris Madison-Grant is actually a really good game for a while. Burris pulled away. They had a kid, Malachi Smith, come off the bench, scored 15 points tonight. He was huge for them. He's part of the reason they won the game. And Madison-Grant, here's my thing with them, Greg, is that they graduate one dude. They graduate Brock Barnhart. They're going to return 4 of their 5 starters for next year if they come out and play. And Zawan Johnson is going to be the guy. And he's already shown he can be the guy. And Zawan has become one of my favorite players. I mean, he threw down a dunk tonight. He's their most athletic player, their best athlete. He's their smartest kid. I think he's their smartest basketball IQ kid.
And their smartest kid.
There's a lot to be looking forward to for Coach Hendrickson and Madison-Grant. I don't know if you know this, but they are going to be reclassified to 1A next year, and they're going to be a 1A school and a 1A sectional. And probably their speed, probably where they need to be. Coach Hendrickson actually told me the other night that he thinks that they could be the sectional favorite next year when they go to 1A.
Depends on how it's drawn up, I would say, but good possibility. Grant, thank you so much for helping out tonight, and Always good hearing from you, and we'll talk to you on Friday night.
All right. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the coverage.
The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.